Hi, my name is Donna and welcome to my sewing journey. Let's make our first project together. So I use a little fabric box to hold my sewing clips, and we're going to make a little rectangular version of this, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started. The first thing you're going to need to do is cut your fabric so that you have your outer fabric. That's 9 inches by 7 inches. Your lining fabric, again, 9 inches by 7 inches, and a stabilizer, interfacing, anything like that. That's also 9 by 7. This happens to be the Pellon, I think it's called Craft Fuse 808. But I'm going to fuse this to my outer fabric. So I'm going to line that up. Make sure the shiny side is down. And I just press it in a few places so that it sticks. And then flip it over and iron it on. And the difference between pressing and ironing is when you're moving the iron back and forth like this. Pressing is when you sit and hold it for 2 to 3 seconds. So if something calls for pressing, you're just going to put it on there and press it 2 to 3 seconds, maybe up to 5. And if it calls to iron, you're going to iron it, you move it back and forth. And we want to make sure that gets a good stick. You want to make sure that that's stuck all the way through. Since we're going to make it a box, we're going to take a shortcut, and we're going to cut out corners. And one of the ways that I like to do that is I put my fabrics on top of each other, and I have this nice little acrylic cheat sheet. It says a boxy bag tool. I'm going to use the 1.5 side, put that on each corner, and draw my corners. And then you're just going to clip the corners. Okay, so I'm going to start with my lining piece. This is the pretty side. This is the good side. And I'm going to fold the 2 corners together. 2 corners together. Get it all lined up. And I'm going to start with the folded side in my machine. You want to make sure that those 2 sides are lined up. I'm going to do a 3/8 inch seam, and the side of my presser foot is 3/8. So I'm going to line that up, get my fabric in there, hold my threads to the back. And I'm going to stitch that 3/8 inch seam. Make sure you back stitch top and bottom. Alright, and I'm going to do that to all 4 sides on the lining and also on my outside, and you're going to do the same thing, pretty side to pretty side. Now that you have all your corners sewn, you're going to want to clip this little corner right here. Take a pair of scissors, open up your seam, and you just want to clip it. And the reason you want to do that is that you want them to be flat, so you want to be able to open them all up. And then after you open them all up, you just take your iron and you're just going to press each seam open. And you're going to do it on all 4 sides of your outer and all 4 sides of your lining I'm going to go iron mine. You take care of yours, and I'll meet you back here, and I'll show you how we're going to put them together. Okay, now that I'm done ironing, I should have mentioned that you're going to take your outer shell and you're going to press all the way around 1/4 of an inch, and your inner shell, you're going to press outward. So you're going to press towards that seam. Do that with both sides. And then you're going to leave the pretty side to the inside of your lining. On the other one, you're going to turn it inside out, and you're going to press on all those corners. And then what I like to do is I like to just push it down and just crease it with my fingers. All the corners push out to the corner like that. Push off 4 sides, just so it makes it a little easier when you're sewing it. And then you got your little rectangle. You're going to put the other rectangle in there, and you're going to line the seams up. And you can either clip it, or you can use pins. You want to make sure that you pull it tight so that it has that. And you're going to continue all the way around. Now we're going to top stitch. Put this in our machine, and we're going to top stitch at the edge about a 1/8 inch seam. Put this in here. And I'm going to line it up where I want it. And I'm going to watch it. Use my pointer. As it goes in, I'm going to watch it and make sure that the fabric, there's a little line right here. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what I'm going to use as my guide, and make sure my fabric stays there. I'm going to top stitch all the way around. You can top stitch yours, and I'll show you mine when we're done. Okay, now that we finished top stitching, the final part of making this is going to be pressing it. You're just going to push the corners out, press it down, and then you're going to press the sides to get that bottom crease. And after you do all 4 sides like that, then you're going to press the corners, and you just fold that in half and just press the corner seam. And when you're done with that, you get your nice little rectangle. And how you can adjust this to make different size boxes, like this box here. This box here is, this is 3.5. Oops, 3.5. And the height is 2.5. So it's 3.5 square, but it's 2.5 tall. And I have 1/4 inch seams on this. So how you decide is, what do you want the size of your, either your rectangle or your box, and then you're going to add the height that you want. So we'll use this one since it was square and it's easy math. This is 2.5. So when you think of it flattened out, 2.5 on each side. So there's 5 inches, and I wanted it 3.5 by 3.5. So this 3.5 plus the 5.5, that's 8.5. But I did 1/4 inch seams, and since you have a seam on each side, each end, you need 1/4 of an inch. So that's another 1/2 inch. So this fabric was 9 by 9, and the cutouts were 2.5 by 2.5. You do lose a little bit at the top, that 1/4 inch with the fold over, but you can also add it so that you don't, so you still get that 2.5. You can add another 1/4 inch, so you could actually make it 9.25 by 9.25. So that's all you have to do for your measurements. If you have any questions about that, you can send me the size that you want it to be, and I'll tell you what size fabric to cut it. But that's how you can make a simple little fabric box, little basket to hold all kinds of little knickknacks and gadgets and clips if you need it. Help you with your sewing. So that was fun, and let's make another one together soon. Follow me for more.